Oh, hey folks! Elder Law Care Attorney Patrick Kelleher. Welcome to our Elder Law Care Center. Hey folks, who needs an estate plan? In this video, I will be answering that question and teaching you who needs an estate plan. Folks, I was just reading my book, How to Slay the Beast, the Four-Headed Monster, the metaphorical four-headed beast, the four big things folks are typically looking to avoid when it comes to estate planning, when it comes to elder law. These four beasts right here, these four guys right here, folks. Probate court. Most folks, from my experience, want to avoid probate. Two types, death probate and disability probate. Number two, the estate death tax. Number three, financial creditors and predators. And number four, folks, the $15,000 per month nursing home. Again, depending on what part of the country you live in, but here in Massachusetts, in the Northeast, that is not uncommon to hear about $500 per day for long-term care, skilled nursing facility, nursing home care. I know my dad ended up in a nursing home. We talk to folks every day who have loved ones in a nursing home, and they are paying privately or looking to protect what they worked hard for from the nursing home. So folks, I was just reading a quote from my book here, and introduction. How did it get so late so soon? Dr. Seuss. How did it get so late so soon? So folks, in this video, I'm going to answer that question. Who needs an estate plan? How did it get so late so soon? Ask Dr. Seuss. So that being said, folks, gentleman came in today to see me. Him and his daughter, no names of course, recently attended my educational workshop in the community. They came in today to see me. And the gentleman said something along, hey Patrick, he said, a lot of my friends are getting sick and getting old and dying. He said, I need to put a plan in place. I've been procrastinating long enough. So whatever the impetus may be for your situation, why you should put an estate plan in place, I typically advise folks that a will, from my experience, is typically woefully insufficient to properly protect your assets from the four-headed beast. Because a will alone, a will plan, a simple will alone is not a magic wand. It's not going to keep your affairs out of probate court. In fact, a will is your admission ticket to probate court. Okay, folks? I'll repeat that. A will is your admission ticket to probate court. Number two, if you live in a state like Massachusetts that still has a state estate tax, I know here in the Commonwealth, $1 over the $1 million, a CPA told us recently, that's about 18 grand owed to the taxing authority for the estate tax. Guess what? We have a federal estate tax as well. Number three, financial creditors and predators. If you want to give your loved ones, your children, your Mo, Larry, and Curly, more protection, asset protection, better than a gift, you may want to give them what I refer to as a protected gift. And yes, folks, you can create that in a trust-centered plan with certain language in there referred to as ascertainable standards, or what I like to refer to as family bloodline protection trust. Yes, folks, that'll slay the beast for the third-headed monster. And then fourth-headed monster, a lot of our clients, 65 and over, are gravely concerned about the cost, the rising cost of long-term care, such as nursing homes. They say 70% of people 70 and over will need some level of long-term care someday. Sadly to say, I lived it with my own dad, who took a bad fall years ago, ended up spending his final days in a nursing home, sadly to say. Last place my dad ever wanted to be. So folks, who should be putting an estate plan together? Well, we've created estate plans for any adult, young people going off to college, maybe power of attorney, maybe healthcare proxy, so mom and dad can still, number one, with the power of attorney, manage their finances for them. Maybe pay their auto payment for them while they're away at school, or maybe away during on military services, okay? Healthcare proxy for the same reason. Your adult child, 18, they're attained the age of majority. You no longer have a say on their medical or financial affairs. So it's really, really important that an 18-year-old going off to college or going off to the military, in my opinion, have a proper power of attorney so their parents or their loved ones who they choose can step into their shoes and manage their financial affairs, as well as step into their shoes to manage their healthcare affairs. Really, really important, folks. But from my experience, most folks who are looking to put an estate plan together are folks who maybe have property. They have a home, they have retirement assets, 401k, IRA, maybe investment assets, maybe life insurance, maybe a second property, et cetera, maybe stocks and bonds, maybe Bitcoin, whatever it may be, folks. The more you have, the more important it is to do the 3 Ps, folks, that I talk about in the book. The 3 Ps again: protect what you have, preserve the value of what you have, and then pass it down, folks, to the people that you love the most, because you want to create that meaningful legacy, right? Because when you fail to act, folks, who stands to benefit? The four-headed monster. So whether you're a younger couple with minor children, really, really important to create at least a basic will-centered plan with what I call a testamentary trust with a guardianship protection plan in there to say, hey, if mom and dad were going out for a dinner and a show, and God forbid they got into a catastrophic automobile accident, you want to at least say who the surrogate parents are going to be, who the guardian of the children are going to be, who's going to step into your shoes as surrogate parents, raise your children the way you want them raised, at least until the age of 18, but also oversee their affairs for them probably until they're 21, 23, maybe even age of 25. And for younger folks, you can create that with a will, with a testamentary trust-centered plan. The 2 big roles or quarterbacks you want to pick are guardian, to oversee their healthcare, legal, religious, medical affairs, and then trustee to manage the money for them. Could that guardian and that trustee be the same person? Yes, they could if you have an amazing, wonderful pick. But if you want to checks and balances, maybe pick 2 different people, folks. One person who's a guardian, who can oversee the healthcare, medical, religious, educational decisions of your young minor children, or maybe even adult children, young adult children, to give them guidance and mentorship. And that person in your family should be someone you pick. Don't leave it up to the probate court to pick that person for you. As well, pick a trustee who is comfortable and experienced and maybe skilled with money management, and someone, of course, that you trust and feel is suitable to fulfill that role, to manage the money for the benefit of your minor or young adult children. So that's for younger folks. Our clients at our Elder Law Care Center are typically folks 60 and over, where estate planning is a lot more meaningful for them, like the gentleman who came in earlier today with his daughter. He's in his mid-60s. A lot of his friends are either slowing down, becoming incapacitated, or even dying. And he's seen the realization of his mortality. And he's like, I worked hard my entire life. I have children that I love. I need to take action, put a meaningful, robust, comprehensive plan in place so I can leave the legacy like Patrick talked about in his workshop. I'm not going to sit back and let the four-headed beast gobble it all up. So from my experience, usually estate planning is probably more meaningful for folks 60, 65 and over when they start to experience either their own personal health decline, or they see their surroundings, their environment, their friends, their family members. They're going to a lot of wakes, a lot of funerals. So whatever it may be, folks, don't sit back and let life determine what your outcome is, because you worked hard for what you have, folks, and you deserve to pass it down, do the 3 Ps, protect, preserve, pass it down to the people you truly love the most. So if you can imagine, beautiful blue sky day, up in your clouds someday, you're sipping your favorite beverage, whatever that may be. And maybe your loved ones down on the front side of the cloud are sipping their favorite beverage, and they're thinking about you, they're remembering you, and if you did a really, really good job, they may even be honoring you. So whatever that image is in your mind, I call that your dream snapshot. Go find an estate elder law attorney that you can work with, that they will take the time and they will learn about you and your family. I always say, you're the expert on the family. Your job is to teach your attorney in confidence about your dreams, your goals, your vision, your aspiration, what you want that picture to look like when you're up in your cloud someday, looking down, sipping your favorite beverage, looking down at your loved ones, and they are singing your praise. That's a successful legacy right there, folks. The decision is yours. What are you going to do about it? Who's estate planning for? It's really for everybody, but from my experience, a lot more meaningful for folks in the third, fourth quarter of life. So folks, go get that education, go work with that estate elder law attorney that can help you become that informed consumer. You teach them about your family, let them teach you about the law, and work together to co-create, customize that trust-centered plan that will truly slay the beast, four-headed monster of estate planning and elder law. Folks, if you found this educational video helpful, please scroll down, leave a comment. I'm going to ask you a question. Have you created your comprehensive estate plan? If you have you had it updated and reviewed by a qualified, experienced attorney in the last year or two? Because guess what, folks? There's the 3 L's, changes in law. How much control do we have over that? Not any. Changes in life, that's changes in your life with your health, finances, and relationships. And the 3rd L is changes in learning in the industry. So work with an attorney who's going to keep your plan updated for you as you journey through life. Because they say the day you sign your plan is important, but truly, what's the most important day you need that plan to work? That is right, folks, the day that you check out. That's the day that none of us know on the calendar. That's the day that Mother Teresa calls, St. Peter calls, and you're up in your cloud. So be prepared for that day, folks, and your loved ones will love you for it. Folks, if you'd like to learn more, go to elderlawcare.com, scroll down, leave a comment, subscribe. A member of our team will get back to you as soon as possible. Also, if you like this information, look at the other videos down below and leave a comment as well. If you would like to take a deeper dive, go to elderlawcare.com. You can pick up a copy of my book if you like on Amazon. We have it in paperback, we have it in Audible, and we have it on Kindle. 3 modes of education, folks. That's just going to give you a sharper sword and a stronger shield to slay the beast right here, folks, okay? And folks, if you really want to take a deeper dive, I would recommend check out my 3-part educational webinar on our elderlawcare.com website, as well as a deeper dive 4-part educational course. The whole family can invest in that and learn together. All right, folks, thanks for being here. Pleasure speaking with you. We'll see you next time at elderlawcare.com.